Wait, that's not true. I'm a beast. Let's do it. Please. Page 378. With the remainderless fading and cessation of avidya, ignorance, comes the cessation of fabrications. With the cessation of fabrications, the cessation of consciousness. With the cessation of consciousness, the cessation of nama-rupa, or name and form. With the cessation of nama-rupa, the cessation of the six sense spheres, or the six senses. With the cessation of the six sense spheres, the cessation of contact, perceiving at the senses. With the cessation of contact, the cessation of Vedana, feeling. With the cessation of Vedana, the cessation of craving. With the cessation of craving, the cessation of clinging. With the cessation of clinging, the cessation of becoming. With the cessation of becoming, the cessation of birth. With the cessation of birth, aging and death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, distress, and tribulation cease. Such is the cessation of this whole mass of dukkha, otherwise known as suffering or stress, among other translations. So what is that about? That is about the end of dukkha, the end of suffering through cessation. So when we look at dependent origination in Buddhism, otherwise known as paticca samuppada in the Pali language, the language at the time of the Buddha, most commonly used in his teachings. When we look at all that, this is all to say that if you break one part of the chain and what creates this whole entire world for you, if you can truly break one part of the chain, all of the suffering you're experiencing will go away. A common kind of approach in Buddhism is to go for breaking the link of craving and clinging. If you can get rid of desire, if you can be fully satisfied by reality for just one instant, you can witness what it is like to go through the entire fading away and destruction of this world where suffering occurs. And yeah, so there's a little bit of Buddhism for you. Dependent origination. Things arise together when feeling arises, when you feel things as positive or negative or neutral. You can have craving and clinging come from that. When you can calm feeling and be okay, be equanimous with positive, negative, and neutral feelings, you can reduce craving and clinging, and then that is one possible way to, through the process we just described, cut off ignorance, avidya, the first link in the chain. If you get rid of ignorance, you get rid of suffering in Buddhism. That's the idea. Of course, it doesn't necessarily mean that suffering in all senses goes away. There is some nuance to that understanding, but that's the general idea. So anyway, becoming learned in spiritual practices, even of other traditions, can bring you to a much happier and more peaceful life. And yeah, so that's one thing I do. And I also lift weights. So see you guys next time. If you have any video requests for me, let me know, and I will possibly make them.